I don't know if I'm really ready for this or not. Alright. Heck, I haven't got my channel open or anything. I'm trying to get my channel open. That's because I need to mod anyone or anything like that. Alright, hello. So we're getting there. Oh, there now. What's up, everybody? I should have actually restarted my computer. Alright. So, I should hurry up. I should restart my computer, but anyway. I left off on Donnie Sampson. I was sitting and talking about stuff that I'm sharing my screen, so it's doing no good again because it's screen on the computer. So I'll share the screen. So, and I'm RG Baby. So, we were talking about Danny and Sampson, and we weren't done the screen, so I gotta do it over. What's going on here? Where was I? I had something on, never to go. Work. How to change it, but it just like shut itself down or something. I don't know. Alright, anyway, this is Donnie Sampson. 71 was a well-known religious leader. Had been serving for 8 years on the tribal council code of ethics committee when he disappeared in the fall of 1994 while hunting elk about 40 miles west of White Lawn. His truck was found October 30th, 1994 in the foothills of Mount Adams, but searchers found no trace of Sampson. His sniper blistering mud clothing and 3 rifles were found in his truck. A 4th rifle he left home with disappeared. In late 1994, his daughter told Yakima Herald Republic reporter that Sampson said the Code of Ethics Committee was getting into something that was going to make everybody mad. So, I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, that makes it work. But maybe this one was one I was on, maybe. But they just had that, for some reason, I can't find that old article either. Maybe I took it down, but that was like one of the only articles I remembered around where he disappeared. And now it's gone. Donnie Sampson, 1994. I'm missing in 1994. Yeah. Because we're going to go over, we're going to do it again. For probably the 3rd time we tried to do that. Probably. I don't know why he's not getting hello, Dan, Better Sports. And Margie, baby. I don't know if we're going to do it either. Okay. Let's see here. Donnie Sampson, well-known religious leader, has been serving for 8 years for the Tribal Council Code of Ethics Committee when he disappeared in the fall of 1994, hunting elk about 45 miles. Okay. Even with so many advances in forensic science, there is no guarantee the body found on July 21st will be identified within months, years remains of a Native woman. Okay, we've already, that's not about him, so it doesn't matter at this point for what we're looking at. That's Donnie Sampson. Now, one thing, 1994, that's Donnie Sampson. Let's look at Keith Jesperson again, because we were looking, the only reason we're looking at this, because I would have never put the two together or anything like that. The only thing what kind of gets me back Keith Jesperson is, his last victim I think was 1995, was it, I think? The last victim was March 10th, 1995. Alright, so. And Angela Subreeze was January 1995. Anyways, I've seen some artwork, what he did. I just took a snapshot and took some screenshots of it and say, because I think these were things I think he was selling. And it just makes me wonder why he had these, if they meant anything, because since he's been in jail, he draws and paints and stuff and like that, and he sells this stuff sometimes now. So he got this guy, well, it looks like a Indian male. You know, of course I know all of his victims, you know, it might just be a drawing, it might be nothing. As far as I know, all his victims were female. But it got the hands and the head and the legs all missing. It says all cut up and nowhere to go. For everybody else, death comes to those who stick around. Finger food, anyone. And it looks like a native person to me. Why Keith would have drawn that, I don't know. But this is another one of his drawings. An elk with a mountain behind it. So, I don't know again. An elk with a mountain behind it. And then here's another one of his drawings. It says 1910, I think, Pierce Ave, Cheyenne, Wyoming. So, and this has a picture of an elk. Now, let's see, Angela C. Green, January 1995, Donnie Sampson missing, when did he go missing? October 30th, 1994. Now, I think he supposedly was supposed to know someone or be staying in the house over here at one time. After, anyways, he was selling these things. Let's see. And what did I say that? I think it says 1910 Pierce Ave, Cheyenne. It might not be nothing, who knows? I just said it's strange that Donnie met missing basically a year before he went to, well, not even a year, a few months before he went to Cheyenne. In Cheyenne, it shows, okay, so there's a house here, it could be this house, or this, storage unit place. Now, the storage unit place in 1995 wasn't there. That was just an empty lot right there. But there's an address to this place here with an elk on it. Or could it have anything to do with Donnie? Who knows? Now, I think that his mom did make things like, if I remember, I think she made like moccasins and some of the stuff like that, which I don't understand because, as far as I know, they're not natives. I don't know, so I don't know why. But I think in one of the stories, I think it was that they sold stuff to the native people. But I don't know why unless they're native, I don't know why the natives would want to buy anything native from them. So I don't know if they're native or not. I don't remember what that's about, but I think that you mean like different, like, native type clothing and stuff like that. Jewelry, clothing, I think, if I remember right. Okay. So, since we're doing this, really trying nothing. I don't even know what I'm going to share. I don't know what I'm going to do this. I don't know. But I don't think they're like involved in anything else. I don't know. Maybe, okay, but So my cousin, okay, so we went out here once. We weren't mean to see we weren't even mean to come across my cousin one time, me and my sister and stuff. I think we were gonna go fishing or something, just go sit at the lake or pond or whatever it was here. And we went out here once. And we saw my cousin and Braee Met. They were taking bikes. They had their bikes and they had like a little ramp. Gosh darn it, I wish we moved the thing around. Right over here in this corner here, jumping off right about here, they had like a bike ramp in this pond. And they'd jump their bikes into the water and then bring it back. Anyways. So I don't know, because they went there before, and they were just jumping their bikes. My cousin was the smartest guy. And who knows, he might have problems later or something. Stuff, I don't know, maybe. But like, he came over to my house once, and my neighbor, he lived up the driveway up a hill, and then there's like a bank, a hill with a bank on it, kind of. And we went over to my friend's house one day, and I think they said that my friend's sisters were gonna kiss him or something. He went and jumped off the hill, and at the time we didn't even think much anything. I think he like scraped his leg and his knee and all up jumping off the hill and stuff. And later, I think he said he fractured a bone or something, but we just went back home and whatever, but it wasn't until he came over the next time he said he broke his bone or something after he left or whatever, fractured his bone. I don't know if it was true, if he did or not. Another time we made like a little fire pit in the backyard, and we were throwing golf balls, and we were throwing like pop cans at it. Why we were doing this, I don't know, but we were doing it. My parents weren't home or anything. We made like a little fire pit, and we had these golf balls and like full pop cans. We stuck them in the fire pit. Well, these golf balls, I don't know, they had like rubber bands in them, and whenever we caught on fire, they just go shooting out of the pit like as high as a house. So we're hiding behind the lawnmower a little bit, and then we throw like a pop can in there. And I forget, we're hiding behind the lawnmower, and we tell my cousin to go over there and do something. So he goes over there, and the pop can explodes. And all the hot pop gets all over him. So, I mean, we're hiding behind something. I don't know what. I mean, like the lawnmower would do much, like a riding lawnmower would do much to hide behind it. But, I don't know, we're hiding behind it, and we asked him to do something. He goes over there by the fire, and the pop can explodes, and all the hot pop gets all over him, like, splatters on him. And so, I feel bad about that. But I'm just saying, he wasn't that smart, because we're hiding and stuff, so we don't get hit by whatever's in the fire. We were just throwing different things in the fire, seeing what would happen. It was just a fire pit, nothing like big or anything like that. Anyways, in June 12th, 1996, is it? I'm turning that off. because this is James 13th, 1996, alright. Anyways. Him and my brother-in-law were supposedly up there wandering around, and it was time to go home or whatever. And they decided they wanted to swim across that pond to get back to the car, what was supposedly on the other side. Which I don't know where exactly we were. I don't remember. I remember watching the news that night. I think someone had called us and told us, and at the time people were still out looking all over for them and stuff. So I don't know what they're calling the peninsula. Maybe over here somewhere. Maybe they were here. Maybe. But whenever we went over there before when we saw them, the car was. They parked the car around here when they were riding the bike or something. They were that day. I'm just going by, like, I know that they used to go to this part here and jump their bike. I don't know, like, about that other stuff. I said that they were out on a peninsula. I don't know if they call them out a peninsula or something over here, peninsula, and where they were swimming to the car, but they were supposedly swimming to the car. Now, I used to think at first I thought it was just an accident, but I don't know now because I've had so many people tell me that it was planned, and that it was meant to kill him, but even, like, when you try to save someone, like I think my mom said that she tried to save she did save her brother whenever he was a little kid, he was drowning. She would pull him up by his arms and stuff. That was hard to do. So I don't know, but these people were out of the pond at the time. I think the news and stuff even said, like the TV news, I think it said that it looked like my cousin-in-law was trying to drown my cousin. And I heard, for years, I heard different people tell me that it was on purpose. So it might have been, it might not have been, I don't know. Natchez, a 17-year-old, drowns in murky pond. You're just a little bit younger than me, I think. Natchez, distraught young woman, walked towards a black car parked along Tim's Ponds off Highway 12 to White Pass. Below in the green water, Yakima County search and rescue divers were trying to find her 17-year-old brother. I don't want to talk right now, she said, with teary eyes, adding, the hard part about it is I have to tell my mother. Asked what her brother's name was, she said Johnny. But that was all she could manage. She threw up her hands and turned around, got in the car, and was driven off. After more than 2 hours of groping in at least 10 feet of murky water Wednesday afternoon, a diver found the body of the Yakima teenager. He drowned while making his way across the pond with another teenager, according to the authorities and witnesses who tried to save the victim. There were like at least 50 or 80 people around that pond whenever it happened. And it was on the news. It showed all the people out there whenever they were still out diving looking for him. We weren't there, but we saw it on the news. Save the victim, the teens appeared. We were fully clothed. Yakima County Coroner Leo Leonard Birkenbein identified the boy Wednesday night as Jonathan Allen Webster. Yakima Webster and his 18-year-old brother-in-law started off on the peninsula, a strip of land that winds its way through the middle of the pond, and were headed across the water to a camping site off the west shore. So the west shore would be the other way. called Wilson, so the West Shore. So, there's this. It's over here somewhere. I'm thinking I mean here. Okay, I've been here and said it would have been over here somewhere to the east. Where's the camp? I know people actually camp there. I thought it was more like a bay, something you went to at the daytime, but there was a lot of people there when it happened. Across the water to the campus head out the West Shore, according to the Yakima County Sheriff Sergeant Paul Wilson. He started struggling, tried to swim back to the peninsula, but didn't make it. Wilson said Webster and his family had been camping in the area for 3 days and were about to leave. Wilson said there was no indication that alcohol or drugs were involved in the tragedy. James Pond is part of the Oak whatever. And this is odd because you don't see stuff like this usually. This is in the newspaper, him in a body bag being put into the coroner's truck. Authorities tonight placed the body of 17-year-old drowning victim Johnny Allen Webster into the coroner's truck at Highway 12 near the Oak Creek Elk Feeding Station Wednesday. That's near the feeding station. Well, it might not be. I don't know. Who knows? But people told me it was on purpose. And when he was trying to save him, they said that he was throwing him up in the air, and then it looked like he was dunking him. Supposedly, Creek Wildlife Area, and a few miles west of Natchez, moving over a pond, is Royal Columns. The pond used to be a gravel pit from which the State Department of Transportation excavated material for road construction. It was later filled with water from the nearby Yakima River, said the Oak Creek Wildlife Manager John McGowan. The pond is a popular spot for swimmers and fishers, McGowan said. He dove into the pond to determine its depth for rescuers and estimated a range of 10 to 20 feet in the middle. The March and Rescue Team, Sheriff's Office, and other agencies, including the Natchez and now Cliffdale Fire Departments, responded in the drowning about 2:25 p.m. Before authorities arrived at the scene, witnesses tried to reach out to the victim. One of those was 13-year-old Ashley Markle of Natchez. She was on a flotation device, a raft actually it was, I believe, in the pond when she noticed trouble. Webster and his companion were maybe 5 to 6 feet away from me, she said. They were yelling for help. The 17-year-old had cramps or something, Markle said. She was told by the other teen, she said Webster wanted the raft she was on. She moved toward the two teens but was called back by her family member. Her mother, Kelly Akins, and an unidentified man jumped into the water instead. We did our best, but we couldn't find him, Akins said. It was murky down there. J.R. Mestis, a search and rescue diver, found the body about 4:45 p.m. It zero visibility. He said it was extremely muddy. I was groping through the mud until I came across the individual. I felt his hue. He was lying face down. He said he found the body close to where witnesses said he went under, about 40 feet from the peninsula. Witnesses also said the victim wore cowboy boots and black jeans, and his brother-in-law also was fully clothed and wore a cowboy hat before going into the water. The two were seen walking around the pond and flipping and falling off rocks along the shore. Aiken said her family frequents the pond to swim and enjoy the outdoors, but Wednesday turned tragic. I've never seen this happen before, she said. I feel really sad, even though I didn't know them, said Markle, who's expressed a long-time desire to become a lifeguard. This is the first time I saw anybody drown. I won't be able to sleep for 3 days. I want to be a lifeguard more now, more than ever, officially now, she said. So, and my cousin died there from drowning, and people told me later that it was planned and stuff, but yeah, he was dunking him and stuff and trying to, I don't know. But I had people tell me like a lot, saying that it was planned that killed my cousin. Alright, The next year, I believe, that was June 12th, 1996, when he died. Yeah, right? Well, something like that. I think that's what we came up with. So a year later, gunshot victim's body identified. Human remains found in a shallow grave outside the city last week were those of a woman who had been missing since February. The Yakima County Coroner's Office has confirmed. Christine Antich, 19, died in what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the head. Deputy Coroner Maurice Rice said. Now, I don't remember what my cousin's girlfriend's name was. I think it was like Crystal, and I think she went by Angel or something, so I don't know if it's the same girl. David and Victor, both were 20, were arrested Wednesday after officers discovered Antich's remains on a hillside outside the Terrace Heights neighborhood, police said. Now, I'll go ahead and finish this first. David Fisher was being held in county jail for investigation of first-degree murder. Bail was set at $250,000. Randy Fisher was being held for investigation of being an accomplice to the murder. Her bail was set at $100,000. Prosecutors say Antich got into an argument with David Fisher over drugs in February, and he shot her in the head 3 times. Investigators say they believe Randy Fisher helped hide the body until it was dumped outside of town. Detectives believe the body had been kept inside a freezer at the Fisher's Yakima apartment before it was dumped a few days after the killing. Now, their apartment was 2 blocks from the Yakima Police Department whenever this happened. Yeah, I think it was what I said, June 1996. I think whenever he died, June 12th, 1996. When he died, and this was February 1997. I think that was there first across the down. So, Brandy, I closed that already. Let's go back. Okay, so Donnie. So, Johnny's sister's name, my other cousin, Brandy. I did not ever say her name on here. Might not have ever said her name on here. And my cousin-in-law, which was his brother-in-law, David. Anyways, before they found this gal dead on the hillside, he had shot Brandy in the shoulder. And almost killed her. I guess that supposedly he left the house, and she wasn't supposed to go anywhere because that's after that girl was dead, I guess, because he was afraid that she was going to turn him in for killing her, I guess. I'm assuming. So he shot her because one day he left. And when he left, he called and she wasn't home. So he wanted to get back home. So he knew that he left. And that was after that girl died. Now, I don't know if she'd be mad at both of them or not. I think she only got like a couple of years. She was pregnant in jail and everything like that at the time. But I don't know if she's the one that talked about it or said something about it or what. But he shot her. And that's about the time find out about this girl's body and stuff. I think it was right after that. So not even a year after my cousin. Gosh darn it. I didn't even look, did I? I don't think I looked. I had that up, I don't think I looked at the date and stuff. That now. So in 1997, that girl's body found. really seems, do not have it here, maybe I don't have it here, I don't. Alright, I just brought it up. But I don't remember where the, let's see. Okay, no, hold on, alright. So I don't know exactly where it was. I don't want to like put it like that on there. Now I talked about Michael Braee. I talked about meeting him between 1997 and 2001, which was easy to say because at the time he broke out of a place where he was being held or whatever, and the time he was arrested. I don't remember exactly when it was. It was probably about the time he was being arrested or something. I don't know, because from about when I was junior or senior in high school, okay, senior in high school, for about 3 years. 2000, so about 2000, I think that's when I would have. 2000, 2001, I had a friend would stay with me, and he was with me at the time, so we just stayed at our house. So that's probably about time, somewhere in the 3 years between I was like a senior in high school and after. So we were talking about Donnie Sampson. Last I knew, where? And Donnie has a different name. He's on, I was looking at a web sleuth for him under Donnie Sampson. He went missing under Donnie Sampson. I found out he had another name, Daniel Temartz, and he's on a web sleuth under Donnie Sampson and Daniel Temartz. Now they have Daniel Temartz as his middle name on one of them. I thought it was another one of his last names or something, I'm not sure, because Donnie Sampson, 1994. Remember Rains at Mercy from, look, I don't think she's in Yakima. Okay, wait, she goes missing, oh, yeah, she is in Yakima. Roberta Rains goes missing July 10th, 2001. Location is Southwest Washington. Native American. 515-819. Roberta was last seen with Jose Zamora, who shot and killed someone in Yakima County. Zamora fled to Mexico and was arrested in the state of Idaho. He told investigators that Rains had left him while they were in Mexico, but she had never been seen again. So we got My bad. Hello, Rico G. Susanna Morgan. Hello, hello. No. I'll look at that later. Yeah, some of them are my family members. Alright. Neurogen Rocky. So, not what we're talking about. I didn't mean to close everything all the way down. I don't think. Rain. So, yeah, so that her. Oh, no. I was gonna put the names on. No, Donnie Sampson. Oh, what about the rain? I'll see you. Off there. Oh, God, I was gonna fit in there. Good. Name this info. I'll fit in there. I think so. Maybe I'll just forget that part. Put no stuff in there. I was gonna put it in there, but I'll put that. I'll put that on there. Robert is missing and Donnie Sampson is missing. But everyone says that there's nothing on him, like I'd have to look and like name this and stuff, but I think everyone's saying that there's nothing on him, like in the missing person. So I don't know if that's true. I haven't been there for a while. But Donnie Sampson, they were saying that there was no information on him. a tribal leader that vanished. And his truck was found up by Mount Adams. All his stuff he hunting. I think that's better. I forgot about the reverb. I forgot I had that really loud. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get out of there. I don't know much. I don't know much about it. I went to school with a kid named that, but I don't think he was old enough to be that guy. I think his dad might have the same name. Oh, here's another person. So. Francisco Mendoza, I forgot about this guy. It might, just more trying to find, like, what happened to her supposedly. I think he was arrested, and I think he's in jail still for, I assume, because that's been a while now, so. A lot of times these people can go, even if they get in trouble for murder, they're out in, like, 15 years or so. The 90's been how long now? So, yeah, most of these people, unless they murdered more than one person, got in trouble for it, most of them are out already. Or did something really, really bad. This was a Charlie project. That's by the Charlie project. The info. And most of these are on the Indian reservation here. There's a big thing about our Indian reservation, all the unsolved death. I don't know, there's not much info there. I'll go back there. Right. Anyway, I don't know if I want to keep doing that. That's a lot of trying to put stuff in there. Then you got to put, like, where they come from. This is from the Charlie Project, or in case files. Back there, Mendoza, and they have a mustache, black goatee. Mendoza was last seen approximately at 1:30 a.m. June 8, 1994 at a 7-Eleven convenience store in Toppenish, Washington. He had left his home with 2 friends and never returned. His friends stated that their vehicle broke down, and Mendoza was to walk back to town and get help. He has never been heard from again. Few details are available. There's last thing there. The friends must have went somewhere. It doesn't say where the friends went, where their car broke down. I don't know. Maybe that's where it broke down. I don't know. Alice Looney. No, Alice Looney. I think she was found like a little island thing, and met the right person. That's not the right person. Sure. I think it is. Who was it? What was? Okay, so she gets missing over somewhere. Like Campbell and Progressive Road. August 16, 2004. Now, I think there's it. Well, let me look. I'll look and find out where her body was found, because I think it has her body found. And I believe that this podcast on thinking, someone thinking, trying to figure out if someone seen another serial killer, what may have been here, might have done it. I don't know exactly why they think it makes sense that he might have had something to do with her murder, but it's an interesting podcast nonetheless. I think it's her what the podcast talks about. Only some of these people do I actually know of, or family and stuff. Those weren't missing, so I do have family born. Okay, so I guess we're gonna actually go over Cody Haynes too. He's not from here. He's from the neighboring city, though, or neighboring county. But anyways, we're gonna go to this Alice thing because I'm gonna find out where she is. I think there's a big old podcast, I think, on her, and they think that she was killed by, she found like a little spot of land or island or something over here somewhere. And there's a podcast thinking that, gosh, I'm trying to remember his name now. And hers is just a mysterious death. It's not actually that she was killed for sure. They don't know how she died. Yes. Israel Keys. They got a podcast about Israel Keys killing her. Because he gave, like, supposedly info on some of his catch sites and places where some of his victims may be before he killed himself. So Israel Keys. And It's possible I might have seen him here. I don't know if I seen him here. Me and my friend and my sisters went to, we call it Lost Lake. Is that really what it's called? Let's see, where's Lost Lake at? Yeah, we got Lost Lake. So up here. There was a guy that kind of resembled him and stuff. One time, me and my friend went to Lost Lake. I don't know. I don't know if it would have been him or not. But he was with two gals, and he had like a red jacket with like a bunch of those ripple-looking things, or whatever you call it, like a winter jacket. And it was like, it didn't make sense to be wearing a winter jacket. It was an ugly jacket. I don't know, it was like there was a bunch of round things or whatever. But he was there with two hot chicks. Gosh darn it. I'm trying to see if it was him. I don't know. Anyways, they were throwing a glow stick. You know, like our skating rink or whatever. Sometimes they like, I don't know if they still do, but they sell glow sticks. But they had these glow sticks, and they were throwing them in the. My friend kept going in. It was like the middle. It was like really late at night or something. He kept diving in for these glow sticks. And he said he kept getting caught in like branches and stuff. I don't know what he. It just seems stupid to me. I went back to camp. I didn't stay there with him. But yeah, there was a Mormon guy, two Mormon gals, and my friend was Baptist, and he was talking to him and stuff. Used to be Baptist, but anyways, okay, that. I don't know if that's really who those guys were, but it looked kind of like him. I don't know if it was. I don't know. But he could have been. This is Lost Lake over here on the side somewhere. This ain't a good picture. Just can't tell where the lake is and where the land is. But there's trees. And these people were there for a couple weeks in a row. And these people were there for at least a couple weeks. They were chopping on the trees and stuff. But anyways, I don't know if it was him, but it would have been right here on the. It would have been right out here around where this parking lot thing, and then it comes off the side. It had been right about there. If it would have been him or whatever, I don't know. I don't know if like look for like catches or anything out there. I don't know. But yeah, they were just throwing a glow stick in the pond or in the lake at night. My friend kept saying that he would go out and he would jump out there to go get that glow stick, and he'd come back and he'd say he almost drowned because he got caught in a bunch of limbs and stuff. I don't know what the fuck he would do with it. I don't know if that. I'm just saying that there's a guy that looks like him that was there. I don't know. At one time. My friend was just being stupid. I don't know. Kept jumping in the water after some glow stick to go get it for these gals and keep bringing it back for them. Right off here on the side somewhere. I don't think that was probably nothing, but I'm bringing that up. I mean, if there was, because he always had like catches of like whatever to kill people, so it could have been possible. He might have hid something out there. That would have been him, but I don't doubt it. I'm just saying that there's a guy that looks like him. I don't remember what year it was. And he was Mormon, and Israel Keys was Mormon, so who knows? Anyways. So, which wouldn't have been around 2004. It wouldn't have been nowhere around 2004 if we would have saw him because, well, maybe a couple years earlier. Maybe a couple years earlier, I think, maybe if anything, I don't. 2004 is when I moved down to Oregon with him and his girlfriend, Raven, which later became my girlfriend. Alright, now, Cody Haynes. He goes missing from Kittitas. Probably gets beat up and stuff, gets beat and stuff at his house. And runs away. Now there's one thing about this. The house, there's this house, and then there's another house. He lived it previously. I do not have that. Caucasian male, brown hair, blue eyes, Richard, dressed as named Cody, as your general appearance. Cody resided with his father, Richard B. Haynes, Sr., 4 sisters. Richard's girlfriend, Maria J. Harding, sometimes referred to as Maria Jane Hardin, or Martha Hardin Hayes, in a second-floor apartment at the 100 block of North Main Street, downtown Kittitas, Washington, 2004. Main Street here. Now, one thing I always thought about, like if I was a kid, I'd try to stay around places I knew or something. He had refused to wash the dishes, and Hardin punished him by making him sit at the kitchen table for hours and hours before sending him to his bedroom at about midnight. The previous day, Hardin told Cody's sisters not to go near his room and told Cody not to leave the room for any reason. Evidently, no one checked on him for close to 18 hours afterwards. Richard was at home when Cody went to his room, but come home later and then left the house in the early morning hours to look for car parts. He did not return until 4 p.m. Cody apparently slipped out unnoticed during this time to make it look like he was asleep. He took a black and green camouflage patterned bag of clothing with him, but it was later found in the shed near the house. Investigators believe Cody may have hidden the bag there and planned to return for it later. His bicycle was also found in the shed. There was few possible sightings of Cody in the local area. Shortly after the disappearance, a neighbor may have seen him the morning he disappeared, and someone believes they saw him eating potato chips at Johnny's Served later that day. Neither sightings have been confirmed. Richard notified the police that Cody was gone after he arrived home again in the afternoon. Authorities believed at first that Cody had run away from home because he was unhappy at the way he was disciplined, and that he might try to travel to his mother, who lives in Florida. Cody did not arrive in Florida, and his mother has been eliminated as a suspect in the disappearance. A week after Cody vanished, his sister were removed from their home and placed in foster care. The removal order alleged abuse, neglect, and lack of supervision in the household, and was based mainly on the fact that Cody had been made to stay in his home, in his room, for 18 hours without being allowed to eat, drink, or use a toilet, and without being checked on by an adult. Harding stated that he was a rebellious and deceitful child, needing discipline. Richard and Harding, who married sometime after September 2004, have hired lawyers and will not cooperate with the investigators about Cody's disappearance. The rest of his family has cooperated fully with police. Before the Haynes children were taken from their home, Richard refused to allow police to question them. The family has history with Washington Child Protection Services, CPS, late in 2001, and again in 2002. Richard was reported to CPS for possibly physically and emotionally abusing and neglecting his children. Witness stated that the Haynes children were made to stand outside for long periods of time of the wintertime without coats or shoes. Both times the alleged were found to be without merit. Cody was in the 6th grade in 2004. He and his sisters were originally public school students, but became homeschoolers after CPS complaints were made. In February 2005, police obtained warrants to search Haynes' residence. Anyways, police searched the Haynes residence. They interviewed Cody's sister several times since the placement in foster care. Initially, the girls said nothing had happened to their brother, but later Cody's oldest sister told investigators that he had been beaten severely inside the home the day he vanished. Police searched for traces of blood in the apartment kitchen to back up the sister's story, but the flooring there had been replaced after Cody's disappearance, and without the landlord's knowledge or consent, a second search was made, and police seized the computer of Richards and the Chevrolet Suburban. They also searched Harding's car. Authorities made what they termed a significant discovery during one of these searches, but have not elaborated on what exactly it was they found. Cody may have left on his own accord, but after receiving the information from his sister, investigators now say he could be a victim of a homicide. They have no evidence that he was killed inside his home, but the fact that he has not been heard from in so long is indicative that he met with foul play. Due to his age, veteran Cody is considered to be in danger. His case was turned over to the FBI in 2005. It remains unsolved. Now, before he moved here, they lived at a house, I think it was like 204 Sampson Street or something in Kittitas, I think it was, or 402. Well, whatever house it was, is the same house that these killers later were found at. So, I don't know if Cody's dad used to rent the house from them. It's either 402 or 204. Maybe it's 402. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that. But there were these people that were called the Reeds, what later got in trouble for killing a couple of people. But the house that they lived in, and their parents lived in, they were like adjoining houses or whatever, but one of those used to be where Cody Haynes used to live. Just like if I was a kid, to me it makes sense that I'd try to go back to some places I know, maybe. So I don't know, and I don't know if that would have anything to do with it, but the same house. And there was a fire, sometime there was a fire in between men, so I don't know if those guys all knew each other or not. But that's where it was. Spokane, and everyone looking for car parts a day that Cody got in trouble. And supposedly wrote a book and stuff about it now, I don't know. And they also went camping on one of the podcasts. They used to go camping up in Osa. Well, Osa is the place where where Cody gets people in Osa. It's some property they supposedly own there. I'm just going off memory on some of the stuff about what here. What? What the heck? Am I still here? Why is it doing that? Anyways, I'm just going off what I remember on some of this, because I don't got all this stuff on this map, or all the information on this map. Some of the stuff I remember hearing. But it's odd, because the house he lived at before the house he went missing at ended up being a house where later people murdered other people. And the girlfriend of one of those guys said that they killed people before or something. I think some of them ended up getting off on it. I don't know. It's just odd. And then to find out that one of the podcasts that talks to Cody's sisters and stuff later said that they camped in Osa, and the people killed that couple in Osa that lived at his old house. So, I don't know. And the lady was, his father's girlfriend, she used to work for CPS or something like that, so she had, like, some sort of way into screw with shit or something, supposedly. But she's also lived in Yakima. I think they were actually married here. Anyways. I love cabbages. So, Richard Cody Haynes has podcasts on him. They can find podcasts on him. You can find podcasts on Alice Looney, and people thinking that, I think it's Alice Looney, I think, and people thinking that Israel Keys. People think that Israel Keys killed her. Either it's on YouTube or you can find them on like Spotify and stuff like that. I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how big figure else Looney and Israel Keys came out, except for some of the description that maybe he gave. But yeah, his dad drove through here. He drove through a whole bunch of places that night when he was puzzling looking for car parts at 2 a.m. or something. They thought that was, or whatever time it was, where he went missing. And they thought it was odd time to go looking for car parts unless they're stealing them or something. They're supposed to be going to wrecking yards or something, I think. According to, that's what people say, anyways. I'll look at the time again, just so I'm not just, or I'm just saying things off the top of my head when I remember, though. I should be like looking at everything up. Start putting names. Should be up to you. Right now, who's saying 4 and 5 p.m. for what? Scream at the house? Because that's not what I heard. I heard it was like night time at the house. He didn't return till 4 p.m. Anyway, they say there's podcasts and like YouTube things and stuff on him too, and some talking to his sisters and stuff when they're older. Michael Hansen, I don't think there's a lot of info on him. I think his car was found somewhere, I think. November 4th, 2007, Michael Hansen. Right there. Seems like you're way ahead. I just put Michael Hansen. I don't think I have a lot of info on him. But I think his car was found. I think up in the forest area or something. I think. I'm not too sure on that. I should be like looking at all this stuff very good and stuff. Just going kind of by memory. So don't take everything as perfect. Francisco Hernandez, where's he from? Is Vivian from? Oh, he was found. That guy was found dead. Let's not go into his. Hernandez. Where in the hell am I? Oh, right there. He was missing. July 3rd, 2009. But I think that was a guy who was also, I'm not sure if it was Rodriguez Hernandez. I think that's someone who was killed too. Alright, there's not a lot of info on him, but we'll just do what, well, I'll just put his name out there, Hernandez. Oh, man, much info on him. We've got a lot about Michael Braee and stuff back in the 97 to 2001. Lawrence Regal. Missing. December 25th, 2009. I suspected his girlfriend. Rick was last seen in Yakima, Washington on December 25th, 2009. He saw his mother the day and spoke to several friends and relatives on the phone. He promised to attend family gatherings the next day, but never showed up. His girlfriend, Ladonna Mann, stated they argued, and he became upset and left their shared home. on the 1500 block of South 12th Avenue. He has never been heard from again. Regal formerly worked as a contract pilot for Cub Crafters, but his pilot's license had been suspended due to his recent neck surgery, and he was unemployed at the time of his disappearance. He had lived in Yakima his whole life and frequented several area bars, including Max's Boomers and Old Town Pump. The James King Tavern prior to his disappearance. Regal was in almost daily contact with his family and friends. None of them have heard from him since Christmas 2009. He also hasn't accessed his bank account or used his phone. Man is considered a person of interest in Regal's disappearance. In May 2013, he was charged with first-degree theft by welfare fraud, second-degree perjury, and false verification for public assistance, all of which are felonies. Man allegedly used Regal's electronic benefit transfer CBT card several times in the weeks after he vanished, spending over $1,500 in public assistance money. She also filled out the EBT card eligibility form stating Regal still lived with her, although by then he'd been missing for 2 months. In a media interview after her arrest, Man stated Regal had a drinking problem and claimed he assaulted her on the night he disappeared, and she had sworn out a warrant against him for domestic violence. She claimed Regal contacted several people, including his boss, in months after his disappearance, and she believes he's alive and his family is aware of his whereabouts. She speculated he is in Idaho, Montana. A photo of Man is posted with this case summary. Foul play is suspecting Regal's disappearance. So that was a Charlie project. And so there were investigations that people, like, the police dug up her yard and stuff, looking for his body. There's been rumors like he's buried under like one of the smoke shops or shacks or something like that on the Indian reservation. There's rumors like that. I don't know. Very regal. Wait a minute. Because his family put out signs and stuff for years. They put out like street signs and stuff looking for him. Hello, Rich Vlog. Richard Cody Haynes doesn't really fall into the property does, kind of. It's just neighboring county, and I think we actually lived here and stuff, like when they got married and stuff, so they had to know that area pretty well, I think. They've been around the area. John Arley, I believe he was in the hospital. Harley was taken to Yakima Memorial Hospital in Yakima, Washington by emergency service on July 7, 2011. He was last heard from July 16th when he had phone contact with his sister. He has never been heard from again. Few details are available in this case. So July 16th, he went to the hospital on July 7th. By July 16th, his sister said. So, not a lot of info on him. Just that he went to the hospital, so then the sister said that on the 16th, I guess. I think this is not Alice. I think we're gonna skip this one. I don't know if they ever found her body though. Oh, wait, is this right? That's one from Legends, you know. Her family told Yakima that still a 30 had an argument with her ex-boyfriend, the children's father, over a phone. She was supposed to meet him at Legends Casino and then bring back McDonald for her family. No one has seen her since. Her family says that Stella's ex-boyfriend had been violent and abusive with her in the past. We're really sure that he has her, said Morales. Yakima County deputies have named her boyfriend German Garcia as a person of interest in the case. I don't know what's going on with that case. I don't know if there's any updates. I haven't been attention to these for a long time. There might be updates on a lot of these. I haven't looked to see who's been found, who hasn't been found since I started doing YouTube, really. I did this before YouTube. Canfield, October 21st, 2013. Progressive Road and Lateral B Road. And was last seen on Progressive and Lateral B Road, Wapto, Yakima, Washington. On November 5th, Patricia Morgan said she found her daughter's clothing dumped along a ditch near the intersection of Track Road and McDonald Roads on the west end of Toppenish. She identified sweats and a t-shirt that belonged to her daughter, as well as a sports bra he recently gave her. Australia. So this car of Australia was found. The 30-year-old Australia Rios Gonzalez of Toppenish has not been seen since October 2nd, according to the missing persons report filed with the Yakima County Sheriff's Office. She was last seen at the Legends Casino in Toppenish with 40-year-old ex-boyfriend German Garcia. He is the father of 2 of her 3 children, according to the family. On October 25th, her gray Chevrolet Venture was found parked at McDonald's outside Garden City, Idaho, a town of about 11,000 residents adjacent to Boise. So she went missing from the casino, and her car was found in Idaho. That's saying, okay, now the can feels closed. Well, supposedly you found it right here. Now I made me wonder because, look, you can't see the maps here, but like there's these waterways, and then there's like these things that look like wells or something on the side of it. It makes me wonder if anyone looked in these water things. They look big enough to put something in them if you want to, or whatever. I can't see it on this map. Oh, yeah, I don't think North Track Road and Donald Road, so. Really, this looks like you get too low. Wait, I mean, as the clothes were there, it sounded like the clothes were placed there, like, to me it sounded like they placed it nicely or something, so, I don't know, like, if it was in other clothes, I don't know. Because, I mean, otherwise, possible, like, something could have happened there, right? Could, like, hid something there. Where the heck's the thing at? Yeah, I wanna go down in there and see if gosh, this takes forever, doesn't it? I'll never get there. It's low. Take the guy thing, put it in the road. Good view of the road. My Google Chrome ain't working. There we go. Now it's kind of finally dropped, maybe. Alright, but anyways, when I was looking at this, or Mom would tell me about it, I see all these things. I see these, there's like these water things, and then there's these, looks like concrete. Looks kind of like a well or something. I don't know what those things are, but usually it looks like they got wood or something on top of them that covers them up. And it just makes me wonder, because if people ever look inside them, I mean, I assume they look inside them eventually. But where would you find the clothes? Why would the clothes be in? I don't think it was far from their house. I don't think. But why would the clothes just be laying out here somewhere by the road or something? I don't like almost nothing here. I think the house is close by. Those little clothes were found here. The only thing, and you can see all that stuff. And you see all that thing kind of cleared if anything was ever there. You got like train tracks. But the only thing in this area I see is that concrete thing in the bob, which I think there's like a, I don't know, I thought that was like a hole in there. Maybe not. If I can get closer to it. But I doubt that anyone would take the clothes off and put the body in something not the clothes. You know, why would you leave the clothes outside? And it's like, running nothing back. To me, that thing looks fishy. Yeah, see, it looks like it's just, okay, it looks like you're just looking at, okay, there's a concrete thing there, concrete thing there. So it looks like that's open now, but usually those things, so someone's probably looking there because it looks like it's open now. But usually those things like that here have like boards or something on top of them when I look at the Google Maps. What is that? Like, is it check like a tarp or something that? miner for the ditch. Why is that thing in there? I mean, that wouldn't be from back then, because this was 2013 or something. Well, I don't know. It was like, why would they just close there or close there? And how would the mom just find the foot there? Someone must have. So it seemed like someone would have said, "I set these clothes here" or something. I don't know. Not likely you're just gonna go look on the side of the road for clothes or wherever. But anyways, I always thought that pipe there was kind of weird looking. But if it's open like that, people look in it. If it's closed, you notice if people ever look in them. See what's in there. Anthony Peters. I forget what he found, I don't remember. I think he might have originally, I think he might have been found later. Or was it Anthony Wassey's? Anthony Wassey's maybe. It was Anthony Wassey's, alright. So Anthony Peters hasn't been found either. He's also missing from the Yakima casino, I think, Legends Casino, I believe. So there's been quite a few people who went missing from Legends Casino. So Anthony Colfax Peters Oh crap, I don't know where I got kicked out at. Anthony Colfax Peters, he goes missing from the, casino 2014. Let's go back to, what is it, 2011 or something. That's the case, I don't think we're missing anything back. That's the case, then we're getting to this point right here. Let's go back further if we can. I'm going to have to figure something else out. Mom and Clyde, Idaho. I don't know what that says. Should I be reading it? I don't want to give away your name on. I don't want to give away your name on Facebook and stuff. Hello, good day, King Friday. Alright, so, I'm gonna look at this. Kevin Harper, July 30th, 2013. Kevin Harper in court for new charges. Yakima, Washington, a former murder suspect, was back in court today, this time for a case has nothing to do with the West Valley triple murder. Kevin Harper is accused of being a fugitive from Idaho. Authorities there said he violated his probation. An arrest warrant was issued on March 2011, a month after the Goggin family was killed. These new charges don't interfere with the Yakima County prosecutor's attempt to refile murder charges against him. Is that all it says? Okay, well, anyways, he was supposedly been playing Bonnie and Clyde. I forget when that was. That was a long. I would have been around 2004, maybe 2003, 2004, I think. Shit. I don't know if I'm sharing anything, so. I am. Yeah, I'm thinking around 2004, maybe. Because that was my sister's boyfriend at one time. Or even, but he had supposedly asked my sister to go to Idaho with him, and someone else went instead. And fine. Idaho, 2004. 2008. That's right, 2008 maybe. Okay, so this might be a pair arrest at the chapel. Let's try that one. Yes, let's try that one. The hitching post was their destination, but a couple dubbed Bonnie and Clyde by police never made it to Post Falls. Yakima resident Kevin Harper, 26, and Desiree Everts, 25, were in Kootenai County Jail on Monday, facing multiple felony charges. A couple were just a few freeway exits from the wedding chapel when they were arrested, said Post Falls Lieutenant Pat Knight. Police arrested the pair Friday after camera captured the license plate of the car they were driving within had been reported stolen from Yakima. About the time cops were alerted that the stolen white 1999 Volkswagen Bug had a couple pulled off Interstate 90 into Post Falls. Knight said detectives found a loaded gun under the seat that Harper told him was stolen from Green Acres garage. A computer found in the car had been stolen in Rosalia. Police also found a list of local jewelry stores and some stolen jewelry in the car. Knight said Harper told police he and his wife-to-be had been on the methamphetamine binge and were unaware of their actions, Knight said. The couple faced charges of possession of a stolen vehicle, possession of stolen property, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Knight said Harper faces an additional count of unlawful possession of a weapon. It doesn't say all the other stuff. But yeah, so Harper was there. So Everett and Harper in 2008 were Preston, Idaho, on their get married like Bonnie and Clyde. "2008? I swear it was earlier than that. I don't know. Oh, god dang it. And is this even showing up? Because I don't see it saying sharing anymore. It looks like it is. Okay, so we'll do this one because this one has the best of names. Kevin Harper speaks out. "I didn't kill your friends." Now this was my sister's ex-boyfriend in about 2004. A man that's forever changed the community of Yakima got his turn to speak. "I didn't kill your friends, neither of them," said Kevin Harper. "I wasn't there on the property or anywhere around the property that night they died." Harper was once the main suspect in the brutal bludgeoning deaths of Betty, Bill, and Pauline Goggin in their gated West Valley home in 2011. But new evidence changed the timeline of the murders, exonerating Harper. And I thought it was a witness decided not to, whatever. In a plea deal last year, Harper pleaded guilty to unlawful possession of a firearm, possession of stolen property. Authorities have since tried to reopen the case to reinstate the murder charges against Harper. However, the court denied the request, and Tuesday Harper was sentenced to lesser charges. Gosh darn it. Let me turn this off and try it again. TJ. Hello, TJ. Long time since I've seen you, TJ. I think that's you anyways. I think that's TJ. From karaoke at the Joy app. Alright. So. We went backwards a little bit. I don't think there's more, but who knows? There could always be more. Who knows? Friends and neighbors of the Goggins asked the judge to give Harper the maximum sentence, explaining that this crime has forever taken away their sense of safety. It's people like Kevin Harper that has caused this community to not be safe to live in anymore, said Roxanne Falker, a friend of the Goggin family. Yakima County Judge Ruth Ruckoff told Harper that because of his past criminal record and theft of habitual meth addiction, she is giving him the maximum sentence. He will serve more than 9.5 years in prison. No, it's not the fault of Raymond Vanderbilt, close friend with Gog and family. I mean, we still have 3 friends and neighbors that were brutally beaten at by an evil person. I don't know who that evil person is. I have a suspicion, but I don't know who it is. As friends of Harper's watched him leave the courtroom, they stood firmly by his side. NBC Right Now asked, "Do you think he could have brutally killed these people?" "Absolutely not," said Raven Cutler, a good friend of Harper. "I don't think he could have done it," said Jim Hara, friend of Harper. "I don't think he has it in his heart to do it." For those who really know Kevin, know he didn't do that, so he's just up alive that he's up there and that he's going through all this, said Cutler. Yeah. So, I don't know if anything could have been like, definitely could have been. I don't know. I'm gonna bring this up more. I just don't like it just trying to knock me down. What? Yeah, it is. Alright. So now we're gonna go to. I don't know if I leave this up here. I don't know. I don't know if I left this up here before or not. Okay, done. Oh, maybe I put the wrong name. I always put the wrong name, don't I? That's why it gives me that. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna go by the March, not the December. We're going by the, well, maybe it is December now. I guess we're gonna go by what it tells us. Is this Tammy here? Do you know? No, this is Mark Morroy, but a dispute over a driveway, mysterious shooting of a 10-year-old boy, and an argument between brothers after they watched a movie were among the... Oh, gosh darn it. That's not what I want to do. I'm wondering what they were talking about. March 8th, Nathaniel Reedy meets boy. Ken was shot outside his home and they turned block to West Tanham Road. This ain't gonna do what I want it to do, I don't think. That's what I'm looking for. That's just a bunch of different reports at one time. Damn it. You're not there. I don't think they're going to open this. We've already went over this, I think, but I don't know if I deleted it or if I kept it going. I don't know. I don't remember. So, that's a year's out. Grandfather denies police allegation he killed boy. Christina McCoy understanding Katie McCoy. 3 said the grave of Nathaniel Reedy McCoy at the cemetery in Yakima, Washington. Yakima, Washington. Now, is this Tammy? No, it's not. It's Stephanie. Yakima, Washington. Nathaniel Reedy McCoy's killing a year ago inspired an outpouring of public sympathy for the family after what appeared to be a random senseless crime. But recently released police report identified a suspect in a March 8, 2015 death of a 10-year-old boy. His paternal grandfather, Stephen A. Reedy. Yakima County Prosecuting Attorney Joe Bruzik is now weighing whether to file charges against 58-year-old Reedy in a probable cause statement obtained through the public records request. To Bruzik's office, Union Gap investigators recommend Reedy to be charged with manslaughter in the shooting death along with illegal firearms possession. Reedy on Tuesday denied killing his grandson and instead said police had done little to follow leads on people he believes are the real killers. The news marks the end of a year-long wait for answers in the case that left family members frustrated by the pace of the investigation. When you have your child taken from you like this, you want something done immediately, said Brenda Gondaman McCoy, Nathaniel's maternal grandmother. Investigators said Reedy told them he and Nathaniel were watching TV in their trailer in the 1800 block of West Salem Road when the generator turned off around 1:20 a.m. and he suspected an intruder. Reedy told investigators that he told Nathaniel to stay inside while he went to investigate, but he said the boy and the family dog followed him out. Then Reedy said as they were walking back to the trailer, he heard a shot and Nathaniel was on the ground. The look he gave me was like, "Help me, Grandpa," Reedy said, at a memorial service at the spot where Nathaniel died. At the memorial service held 3 days after Nathaniel died, Reedy said he believed the dilapidated farmhouse on the property was once used as a drug den, and that he had chased people off the property. But a police dog search of the area did not find any tracks away from the property, and a surveillance camera at a fruit company across the street did not show any cars or people coming onto or off the property, according to the affidavit filled out by Sergeant Stacy McNeely, lead investigator. Police obtained a warrant to search the property and found 2 rifle scopes and 22 caliber pistol inside the trailer, the affidavit said. Officers also found a 22 caliber rifle and rifle stock in a field northeast of the trailer. The gun, which was loaded with 6 rounds, also had the same distinct foul odor that officers smelled inside the trailer, the affidavit said, and appeared to have been left outside only recently. The report said the serial number on the gun had been scratched off and the trigger guard was missing. It also said that the bullet removed in an autopsy of Nathaniel was the same type and style as the 6 rounds that were in the rifle magazine. Brezek would not comment on the ballistics test was done. Brady told officers that nobody on the property owned firearms. He is a convicted felon and is barred from possessing firearms, the affidavit said. His record includes convictions from obstructing police in 1995 and drug possession in 1998, according to the court records. An autopsy found that Nathaniel was hit with a single 22 caliber bullet fired from 2 to 6 feet away, the affidavit said. McLeanly wrote in his report that during a walkthrough of the shooting scene, Reedy told investigators he was about 2 to 6 feet from Nathaniel at the time of the shooting. The location where Nathaniel was shot lacked elevated shooting position to explain the trajectory of the bullet from anyone other than the location of where Reedy stated he was at. McKinley wrote in his affidavit, Reedy is almost 6 feet tall, while Nathaniel was 4'9" tall. Anyway, so he did all that, and we got Raven again. Raven Cutler, whom McCoy said sang at Nathaniel's funeral, was arrested on a murder charge of Emmerson's death within 2 weeks of the shooting of Emerson, was talking about, not of Nathaniel. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so we got that. And then so that was March 8th, I think, 2015, I think. Somewhere around there. March 8th, 2015. Gosh dang it. Just get off there. Oh, Mercy, just put it down, huh? Hello, BB. So, yeah. We all know Raven, right? We all know Raven. And she knows she knew him. Another guy that died too went missing and was found dead, and they thought his thing was normal, but I find it odd that he was found in the lake. Oh, this was took by, and I thought, yeah, my Herald reporter did the scene. I'll do this. No, let's go ahead and go to the other one because it's gonna tell like the story kind of. And I think it was a reporter from the Herald, anyways. What was doing it? Oh, this is actually from the day though. Yakima County Sheriff's deputies say a woman is in the hospital after she was shot multiple times Friday, July 10, 2015. Deputies, Sealer Police, and Yakima Police found 36-year-old suffering from multiple gunshot wounds to her leg. And armed in the homeless camp south of Harlan Landing between Sealer and Yakima regarding a gunshot victim. Deputies say the victim was transported to Yakima Valley Memorial Hospital, where last words she was being transported to Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. Gosh darn it. Investigators continued to interview those in the area and attempt to determine what took place at the time. Circumstances leading up to the shooting are unknown. Investigators did locate an area with a significant amount of blood, although investigators have not located the firearm or any other evidence, as they are not whatever. What time do we got on here? How long have we been live? 2:29 hours. Right now I'm talking about my ex-girlfriend. Oh, kind of. Oh, God, this one's 2017. So, it's gonna tell a story, I think, about what's going on. So, Michelle Jo of Yakima holds a photo of her son Cody Turner while posting for a portrait in Yakima, Washington on Saturday, January 14, 2017. Now on my real channel, I got a video by her, or she wanted me to post for her about getting the Cody, the missing persons month, passed. And I used to, every year or four was kind of supposed to be, or make the video for her to post or whatever. I don't know where else she posted it besides Facebook. Sometimes I posted one on YouTube in my other channel. Michelle Jo believes her son is dead, but she doesn't know, and that's the part that hurts. In July, Cody Turner will have been missing for 2 years. That same month, in 2015, another Yakiman, Chad Stotts Gomez, also disappeared. Nothing concrete to connect these the case of both men are still considered missing. Joe knows she may never see Cody again, but the mom in me, I won't quit looking, she said. Stotts Gomez's sister echoed that sentiment. We would like to bring him home, Naomi Reedy said. So Reedy, Naomi Reedy, and McCoy's grandfather was Stephen Reedy. Investigators say most missing persons cases resolve themselves within days or weeks. For example, the Yakima County Sheriff's Office, which has become involved in the Stotts Gomez case because of a possibly related investigation of a shooting outside Selah, has only 5 active missing person cases between 2013 and 2016. Sheriff Sergeant Mike Russell estimated that his agency alone receives dozens of reports of possible missing person cases every year. Recent figures were not immediately available from Yakima Police on Tuesday. However, a database maintained by the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs shows 67 missing people reported by Yakima Police over an extended period, though some are duplicates due to aliases for the Sheriff's Office. 38 cases are listed. However, neither Turner nor Stotts Gomez is listed in the database. The reason could not immediately be determined Tuesday. Police are continuing to work the cases, though they say they need help from the public. We had led some credible leads, even if it's not substantiated at the time. We can look into it, said Lieutenant Stace McKinley of the Union Gap Police Department. Stotts Gomez was the first to go missing on July 10, 2015, when he was 36. Police said he was transient and a level 1 sex offender. He was known to live in Yakima area river camps popular with the homeless, though relatives said he maintained regular contact with his mother and other family members. Turner, 24, was last seen July 26, 2015, when he left his grandmother's Yakima home, where he lived with her and his father. Relatives acknowledged that he was likely using methamphetamine and hanging out on the street with others who did the same. Regardless, their families described the two men as caring and helpful people. Cody was the first of Joe's 4 children to receive a high school diploma. After losing a job, he seemed to falter in life and started using methamphetamine over the year or so before his disappearance, his mother said. Facebook's photo showed bearded Stotts Gomez proudly kneeling by a truck. In another photo, he is broadly smiling. He was the kind of person who would help anybody, his sister said. Thinking of the missing men on a daily basis is difficult for the families and makes it harder to go on day by day, Reedy said. While it's unclear what happened to Turner or Stotts, the length of their disappearance raises the prospect that foul play may be involved. Russell said such cases can be difficult to solve due to lack of cooperative witnesses or physical evidence. The challenge is actually the same as it is with regular homicide investigation, in the sense that we don't have people coming forward with critical information, he said. Detectives have spent weeks worth of man-hours tracking down numerous leads, in many cases only to find that the tip was not accurate. Russell said. Many rumors have surfaced about how either man might have died. We've heard so many stories, it's hard to know which direction to go, Joe said. Was Cody forced to watch Chad die? Was Chad's death somehow connected to a woman being injured in a shooting at Harlan Landing outside Selah? The same month he vanished, Mike Cody had floated away in a river? These are the scenarios a parent, sister, or grandparent must deal with when wondering late at night what happened to their loved one. It's been hell, Joe said. It's been hell. Investigators from 3 local law enforcement agencies, the Yakima and Union Gap and Police Departments and the Yakima County Sheriff's Office has spent numerous hours looking into the disappearances. Authorities say they haven't uncovered any firm information indicating what might have happened to Turner or Stotts Gomez. Joe said she has heard that Turner and Stotts Gomez might have been seen together sometime in July, but there's been nothing to confirm that. Russell said detectives investigated reports that Stotts and Gomez was connected to the Harlan Landing shooting, but nothing has surfaced to indicate his whereabouts nor any ties to the Turner case. Yes, there were. There was two. Russell said detectives found evidence of Stotts Gomez DNA at the Harlan Landing shooting scene, which was reported. Yeah, see, how can there not be? Said detectives investigated reports that Stotts was connected to the Harlan. Said detectives investigated reports that Stotts Gomez was connected to the Harlan Landing shooting, but nothing surfaced to indicate his whereabouts nor any ties. Well, there's got to be a tie if you find his DNA there. Russell said detectives found evidence of Stotts Gomez DNA at the Harlan Landing shooting scene, which was reported on the same day he went missing. The shooting left 36-year-old woman with wounds to the leg and arm. However, Russell said she has been largely uncooperative, just as other witnesses were in the hours after the shooting. Another twist, Russell said the pool of people tied to the shooting case are the same people connected to the November 2015 shooting death of Yakima resident Norma Emmerson, a 54-year-old of two adult children who was found shot to death in the head in East Sealand. Now, basically, the same girl I met with Keith Jesperson in the mid-90s. And Raven killed her. She had lived with me. This girl had lived with me in 2004. Raven lived with me in 2004. Authorities indicated in court documents Emmerson was reportedly killed because she had information about a homicide committed by an ex-boyfriend. Norma's ex-boyfriend lived with me in 2004. Her ex-boyfriend's brother lived with me in 2004. The suspect in that case, Raven Cutler, pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Joe said Cutler and an acquaintance of hers messaged her on Facebook to say that she had seen Turner and Stotts Gomez together in downtown Yakima. Joe and Stotts Gomez met several years ago while living in the same trailer park, Joe said. Cody would have met Stotts during that time, but she's not sure whether they would have crossed paths since then. The case has taken a toll on Joe, who now wonders whether everyone she sees is a suspect. She sometimes dwells on what she could have done differently in raising her children, acknowledging her own history of drug use. She reflects on her last phone call with Cody, regretting that she hung up on him during an emotional conversation. She manages a Facebook page about her son's disappearance, trying to keep attention on the investigation. Focus on finding Cody has changed her life. I've basically become a hermit, she said. The Stotts family also has kept a Facebook page regarding that case. Union Gap police took missing persons report of Stotts Gomez because he had once lived there, but Lieutenant McKinley said there's no firm information on where he might have disappeared from. Police issued a bulletin in Washington and Oregon flagging his name in case law enforcement elsewhere encounters him. In order to get a break in either case, police need someone's help. So, might have happened. People know they are just not saying anything Reed said. Nothing that her brother was a talkative person who would have connected with us around him. Joe acknowledged that Cody might have committed suicide or decided to leave town, but those scenarios seem unlikely considering that both Turner and Stotts kept in regular contact with their relatives. to Lennox Turner's grandmother said Cody would often leave home at night, but faithfully return in the morning. When he didn't show up on the bay, he disappeared. She knew something was wrong. So, yeah. Anyways, when and Raven's supposedly seen, she says that she's supposedly seen Cody and Chad together after they went missing. Raven lived with me in 2004. Norma lived with me in 2004. I met Norma with serial killer Keith Jesperson. That's how I met her in the mid-90s, about 94, 95. Norma McCart lived with me in 2004. Raven lived with me in 2004. Norma's boyfriend lived with me in 2004. Her brother lived with me in 2000, or his brother lived with me in 2004. And Raven also knew the guy what did the Seattle zombie rape murders. He had came to our house, and they lived with me in 2005. I'm sorry, 2005, not 2004. They lived with me in 2005. Because I was in Oregon in 2004. They lived with me in 2005. And they actually threatened to kill me in 2005. The brother, okay, so Norma's boyfriend is the one who supposedly told Raven to kill Norma, which Norma was Raven's best friend. His brother pulled a knife on me in 2005. And he didn't use it because I was actually going at him. He had a knife, I was unarmed, and he was waving this knife at me. And I was walking towards him saying, if you're going to pull a knife on me, you better use it. You don't just pull a knife on someone, like, joking around or whatever. I was walking towards him. He was actually backing up. He had a knife, a big old knife in his hand. I was walking towards him, and he was about ready to trip backwards over a table when my sister grabbed my arm. What happened was Raven had told me to move. It was basically my house, but I was paying for everything. She told me to get out or move or whatever. So I got my sister to come over because my rig was somewhere. And they went outside. They slashed my sister's tire on her car. And then came. And so I had called her so I could pack up some of my things and leave. Because the reason my car was gone was because they kept stealing it. They kept trying to steal my car, so I didn't bring my car there. I went and parked it somewhere, so they wouldn't have access to my car. So they got mad that they didn't have access to my car and told me to leave, to move out of the house. So I called my sister. She came, and I was packing my stuff in her car, and they went out there and they slashed my sister's tire on her car. And they came back in, and they stood in front of the door. And there were like 3 girls that stood in front of the door while his brother and that other guy. And the brother was standing over to the side, just watching with his hands crossed or whatever. And these people are like gangbangers and stuff in this county and stuff. But yeah, he was threatening me with a knife coming at me, or with this knife waving it at me. I said, "You better use it if you plans on using it." And I was just walking at him. And instead of him coming at me, when I started walking at him, he started walking backwards. And there was a table behind him. And he was very trip over backwards with that knife in his hand. I thought he was going to stab himself. And my sister grabbed my arm and said, "Let's get out of here." So we went towards the door. And the girls didn't really, they just kind of got out of the way. Kind of opened the door, and they kind of pushed the door against them. They didn't really put up much resistance or whatever. But it was Norma. Norma was one of them in front of the door. Raven was in front of the door. And I believe one of my cousins was in front of the door. Or was that? Maybe that was Angie. Maybe it was Angie. Anyways, we all lived here in 2005. I keep saying 2004. It was 2005. And my sister even called the police and had them come there because they slashed a tire or whatever, and I got some of my stuff. So there was a police report made. But yeah, he was like acting like he was going to stab me with a knife or whatever. When I was walking at him, he had probably tripped backwards, and who knows? I'd probably take the knife from him. What I was going to do. I was going to make his ass trip over that. My idea was I was going to walk him back, make his ass trip over that table and take that knife from him. But the police came, they couldn't find the knife. I think I found the knife myself later, and I think it was out back. So I think they just took the knife outside and put it out back or threw it out the back window or whatever. Later, when I went back to get my stuff or whatever, I saw a knife sitting out there in the back. But yeah, they had slit my sister's tire, so you knew that there was a knife. I had paintings and clothes and stuff before the police came and stuff. I didn't call the police. I wasn't going to call the police. They slashed my paintings. They slashed my clothes with the knife. But when the police came in there and searched them, and said they didn't have a knife, so they didn't arrest him or nothing. They didn't do nothing. And in fact, the guy was my dad came over and everything. He was even acting like his putting his fingers against his throat, like he was throat or something. Not against his own throat, trying to gestures towards my dad and stuff. Anyways, so that was 2005. In 2015, Raven. So I met Keith Jesperson around 94, 95 with Norma Emmerson. In 2005, I lived with Raven, Norma Emmerson, and her boyfriend and his other. They had gotten kicked out of. Norma had gotten kicked out of her cousin's house. Norma and her boyfriend got kicked out of Norma's cousin's house, and then they came to my house and asked to stay. In 2005. Okay, then you go down to 2015 and Raven murders Norma for Norma's boyfriend because supposedly Norma's boyfriend's going to tell on her for murdering someone else. But they figured it happened that same year. So you got Nathaniel Reedy McCoy, it could have been. Or you got Chad Nathan Stotts, they think it could have been, or Cody Turner. But they don't, I don't. Yeah, what else happened? What else happened between there? We did John Harley, we did Keon, Canfield, choose like 2015. Okay, so we got 2015 is what we got. Who knows what happened there? Got the Anthony Peters. Nah. That dude arrives late along D. She's in 2015, June 30th, 2050, huh? Let's see. That's not far in front of Chad's disappearance in July. And there was another guy, there's a guy named Richard something that went missing and was found dead in the river, which wasn't far from the homeless camp either, I don't think. I think Bergland Lake or something. And he was covered with logs. I don't think he had been there that long to be covered with all those logs and stuff. They had to use a chain. I heard them whenever they went to get him out of there as I was doing the scan page and stuff. I heard them say that they had to get chainsaws and everything to get to that guy's body. So there was another guy who went missing, I think July, but ended up dead. And I thought that, I think probably had to do with that. I think they just say he drowned. I think there's more to it. I think it's probably suspicious because I think a couple days before someone was supposedly wearing the same clothes he had when he went missing was, I think, in a fight, like a gang fight is what it sounded like. And then that guy ends up, which had the same clothes on in that gang fight whenever that guy went missing. So probably match that person, that guy probably got killed somehow, I don't know. Probably put there is what I'm thinking. How long he was last seen in Wapato, Washington on June 30th, 2015. She left the residence after an argument and has never been heard from again. Says she had an argument, never been heard from again. Anyways, we're done with this. Thank you, everybody.